PhoneCharts is super simple to use. I'm going to tap on the little bar chart icon, which will open it up, and that takes me to a list of CSV files in my Downloads folder on my phone. I'll start with Fantasy Football Stats quarterback file here called qb.csv. And right away, it shows me charts without me having to do anything else. The first one is a bar chart of rushing touchdowns. You can see that most of the quarterbacks in the dataset have 0, some have 1, 2, or 3, and then more than that is quite rare. There's a similar pattern for fumbles. Now we start getting to scatter plots. What these show you are the relationships between your data points. I'm going to skip ahead a few charts and show you an example that I think is quite interesting. This one here shows the relationship between quarterback rating and passing yards. You can see some little dots along the bottom here, and then all of a sudden there's this big cluster in the middle, and then the dots go back to the bottom. What this tells you is that if you have very little passing yardage, the stats can show you as being either very good or very bad. Take the case where quarterback 1 only has 1 play and it was a completion for 10 yards. This looks very good in the form of a 100% completion percentage. However, assume that quarterback 2 has 10 plays and only 4 passing yards in total. This could make them look really bad from a statistical perspective. In both of these cases, there isn't enough data to make a good judgment. If your analysis is based only on quarterback rating, you could be making a grave mistake by choosing a quarterback that hasn't really been battle tested, so to speak. Now I'm going to tap the back button and come back to the home screen to select another file. And this time I'll choose WHO, which is data from the World Health Organization. This time I'll also flip the phone horizontal so you can see what it looks like in landscape mode. A couple of interesting patterns when we look through the scatter plots here. One is that pattern of dots going down and to the right between adolescent fertility rate and adult literacy rate. What the data shows is that the higher the adolescent fertility rate is, the lower the adult literacy rate tends to be. The next one shows adolescent fertility rate and population growth. This time the general pattern of the dots is up and to the right. The higher the adolescent fertility rate, the higher the population growth tends to be. This just makes sense. The more people are having children, the higher the population growth will be. I've just shown you 2 datasets in this video, but hopefully you can start to see the possibilities and some of the insights you can gain from using the app. Feel free to try it on some of your own datasets.